Welcome to the Kpopcast. I'm your East Coast K-pop host, Ariana. And after months of joining our team, we were finally able to get him back on the air. It's Rodri!
Hey, it's been way too long, so it's great to be live again at last. I have sent in 1 2-minute recording, and that's about it. So it's good to be here for real.
Yeah, I'm so glad you're back on. I haven't talked to you on the phone for too long. Back to the TVXQ days.
Oh, those were good days. There was much excitement in my life when TVXQ came back.
And joining us today is another one of our amazing editors, Michaela.
Yes, hello everybody. It seems I'm officially out of the Kpopcast dungeon since I've been on at least 3 episodes now, I think it's been this year. So
yeah,
I'm really excited to be talking about K-pop with you guys today. So let's go.
Well, today we'll be talking about 17's Oh My.
Letting you know if this song is daebak or not.
But first, before diving into that, our hit replays.
Hit replays are songs we recommend you listen to on repeat throughout the week. So, Rodri, what's your hit replay this week?
Mine is by Davichi. It's their song Nostalgia. And I feel very cliche every time I tell people about the ballads I've been listening to, because I feel like it makes me like this sad, depressed, melancholy person. But they don't make me depressed. They make me so happy. Like I love ballads. And these, like Davichi, these two girls are so good, and I feel like so overlooked. I mean, I haven't been keeping track of like who's super popular in Korea. Mm-hmm. I would imagine they probably do better there than internationally.
Yeah.
But like their music and their voices is so like on point, and I just want more people to be listening to Davichi. So I gotta say, my main recommendation here would just be like the second half of the song. They start doing some really cool harmonizing at the end that it doesn't seem like overstated or anything. It's just very like good, it's a well put together song. Take a listen.
Michaela, how about you?
I'm not proud of this one, honestly. Like, if we were doing this for a daebak or not, I would not give it a daebak. But for some reason, I cannot get it out of my head. And so far, this is my 2018 summer song. My hit replay this week is Elris Summer Dream.
Oh.
Yeah, no.
Whoa.
The members...
I mean, if it makes you feel better, I know how you feel. I have been there.
Yeah, no, the members are just so cute, and when I watch the music video, it's just so refreshing, and it just makes me want to be on the beach. So go check it out, Elris Summer Dream.
For me, I'm kind of actually going a couple weeks back because I think it was a week that I was just not available to record because it was my birthday. But I would say that it's just constantly stuck in my head, so I have to go with Day 6's Shoot Me.
Woo!
I'm so impressed with this song. This is such a departure for the group. It's kind of their take on reggae, I would say, or just at least a reggae beat. And I think it's accompanied by this super provocative music video, which I think is super exciting.
Oh, really? How so? I didn't see it.
Not sexy provocative. It is
okay.
weirdly violent, but really cool. I 100% recommend the video.
I was thinking it was sexy, and I was like, what did they do?
No.
Day 6?
Not sexy. Although, I mean, they're very sexy. The video's not sexy.
Who's going to deny that?
I think the vocals are really great in this. It makes me wish I had actually listened to them more in the past because I kind of ignored them. And I think part of it is JYP, you need to take better care of these boys. They're phenomenal.
Oh, definitely.
moving on to our Daebak or Not for 17's Oh My.
네가 없으면 어쩌나 그대로 어쩌나 때로는 난 이제 어쩌나 빼곡히 매일 네가 좋은 걸 어쩌나 그대는 어떤가 내 마음은 알기는 않는가 난 네가 없으면 되는 날 어쩌나
Okay, guys, we finally have our 17 summer song.
Yes.
Are we all excited for this one? I honestly feel like the summer I liked other summer songs, but I was like, there's something missing.
Yeah.
And it's definitely 17.
The 17 songs that I love. And so I was really excited for them to release something that I love again. And it's been a while. So I was very glad to see a new EP by them.
Yeah, I'll say for me, the concept, getting into it, it's pretty simple.
Yeah.
There's not a whole lot going on. I think the storytelling is very straightforward. There's nothing complex about it. Mm-hmm. It gave me hardcore Peter Pan vibes. It feels like the origin story of the Lost Boys.
Oh, okay.
Like them being in a room together, telling stories under the covers, and then they're like pulled up through the air and light into Never Never Land in a way. And they kind of, in the video, you can see they each have like little islands for each of them to play on. Mm-hmm. And they have like little groups, and like one is an island with just a car on it. You know, one has swings on it. And then there's like a section where they like shoot the fireworks on and they have a tea party. So it feels like very Neverland. And I thought that was a really cool concept. It's not much deeper than that.
Yeah, it was interesting that you got Peter Pan vibes, because I'll be honest, when I saw them like rising up into the light, I was like, oh, they're giving us abduction vibes, and like this is their fantasy while they're on a spaceship or whatever. But
I'm getting flashbacks to like Twice theories.
Yeah, no, I definitely, now that you explain it like that, I definitely see it's a lot more Neverland, a lot more fantasy.
And I feel like that's a lot of like the boy band version of aegyo is so like Lost Boysy, you know. Mm-hmm. You've got like a bunch of dudes playing together and messing around and sleeping in the same room. Like that's so K-pop, but it's also so Lost Boys.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's such a great idea, because I think it adds a sense of innocence, you know, to the storytelling. And I think 17, as much as they might go in the direction of being cool, they still have this really cute, innocent vibe to them, and I think it was nice that they leaned back into it. I read a Soompi article where Woozy was talking about the concept, and I actually looked it up because I was like, what's actually happening in this video? I need to know if it's just me that thinks the Peter Pan thing.
Yeah.
And the only thing I found is him basically saying that they were returning to their young and fresh concept that they did 3 years ago. I was like, oh, their debut. Like, they're going back to their debut. And he said, however, this time would be different. It made me think, like, oh, it's been 3 years since they debuted. Like, how much has what about this is different? How has this changed? Mm-hmm. So I actually went back and watched Adore You and Monse.
Oh, okay.
They've really developed, for sure, as artists. Like, we can talk about all the ways that they've developed, but they've definitely developed as musicians and artists. And I think they take a lot of risk with their sounds. Like I talked about, they didn't have Don't Wanna Cry wasn't necessarily a summer song, but it was released in the summer and it worked. You know?
Yeah.
And I honestly, I'm attributing that to the individual unit work. The fact that they have 3 different units break off and do their own songs and work together, and then they'll even have a leader unit, you know, which was Change Up. They're able to really develop their voices and be able to bring that back into the group as a whole to make the group stronger.
Yeah. That's always a problem when it comes to a group like 17. While they are known for having such great chemistry on stage performances and how they move as a unit, when it comes to their own individual sound, that's easily drowned out when you have 12 other people that you have to worry about.
So it's nice that they get their unit work to shine.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
You see, Dino might not have a lot of lines in the group. He's the baby. He'll maybe be in a rap section. Mm-hmm. He'll maybe be in a singing section. But when he's in his performance group, he's a star.
Yeah.
You know, and you can see that.
He's amazing.
You know?
Speaking of moving around and working together on stage, well, let's talk about this choreo, shall we?
Yeah, let's do it.
I always think I know what their choreo is going to look like, and I'm always surprised. And I don't know why I'm always surprised, because when you're always surprised, you should expect to be surprised. But I still am surprised. And this one was no exception. Like, they kept surprising me with, like, new formations I don't think I've ever seen. That, for some reason, nobody has tried yet. But it makes so much sense. They're always, like, really close together when I don't expect them to be, because there's so many of them. So why wouldn't they spread out a little bit, cover some more of the stage? But, like, they're always weaving in and out of these, you know, intricate patterns. What I would expect is, like, okay, they'll just do the standard V formation with the guy singing up front that everybody else does.
That's the thing about 17 is the fact that they have 13 people, but they use everybody on the stage. Like, it's not like you would see, you know, EXO's choreography where, they're kind of working together and, you know, moving together as a unit. But 17, there's just so much painting and just physicalizing the melodies and the movements in the song. It's just so amazing what they're able to pull off. Like, the only time you see one person on stage in this choreo is when Vernon's verse is happening. And that's really just to build suspense for the chorus, because right before the chorus, everybody runs in behind him and starts that choreography for the chorus.
Yeah, and also going off of that, I think it's interesting that people do leave the stage with them, because that most bands don't do that, and I think that's so smart.
Yeah.
That's such a unique thing to do. I feel like I've never seen BTS do that. I've never seen NCT do that, even though they have a bajillion members. Like, I've never seen another band be like, we don't need 13 people up here right now. Let's use 4.
Yeah.
I want to highlight some of the favorite parts that we have. Do each of you have, like, a favorite section?
My favorite section, it's kind of funny because it's the very last section. It's when Joshua comes out and he's playing the guitar, which is represented by Seungkwan. The members are behind him in, like, 3 rows, and they have their arms out and they do waves as if, like, to represent the guitar strings vibrating. I thought that was really cool and a really good use of, like, all of the people.
Yeah, I speaking of, like, the wave of the arms, my favorite part was similar to that. It's during the bridge section, you have Joshua, when Joshua is singing, because there's the first half with the rapping and then the singing. Joshua is singing, and it's like the rest of the members fold in half in front of him and start rolling their hands and arms, almost like he's the sea captain and they're the sea around him.
Oh, wow.
Which I thought was really cool. And I'm not even sure that's what it was supposed to be, but that's what it kind of looked like. And then I would say, like, my absolute favorite part is, funny you say the ending. My favorite part is the beginning with that weird Wii music, and Wonwoo is, like, controlling them. And it reminded me so much of, like, when I would play on my Wii in the Me channel, and I would, like, make people move around and do things that I wanted them to do. It was so weird.
Well, it's funny that you said it reminded you of the Wii, because for me, that sort of plunky piano intro and that you kind of hear as a theme throughout the song, it actually reminded me of the song I Spy by Kyle featuring Lil Yachty, and Drama by Broccoli featuring Lil Yachty as well. I think
Lil Yachty is just all about those clunky pianos.
Yeah, I think that kind of, like, plunky, I kind of think of it as sort of like this kind of stiffness that you get from, like, children's instrument. This kind of, like, toy-ish quality to the piano was, like, a really big trend, like, for spring, summer songs in pop music. So it was really interesting seeing 17's take on it, which, you know, for instance, the I Spy song, it's very much this sort of, like, 3-chord, just da 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 da. With 17's Oh My, it's a lot more melodic and there's much more movement in the theme. And I think that's, you know, a key factor of, like, what makes this song so great is that it's, you know, it's complicated. There's just so much texture in this song.
The piano I loved. I liked the instrumentation overall, which I should preface by saying that I generally tend to prefer, like, quieter songs, like less production, less sound, generally. Like,
minimalist.
Taylor Swift's Blank Space is always, like, my perfect example of a pop song that I want to hear over.
Okay.
Wait, was that, like, a gross awe, or was that, like, an agreement?
Taylor Swift.
I'm still that's still ambiguous. I still don't know if you have bad taste or good taste.
You're not seeing my face. I don't like Taylor Swift, but
bad taste.
I agree with your statement about her strip down of the song Blank Space.
Here's
agree.
the thing. Here's something that may make you agree with me. You don't have to like Taylor Swift. Just like her producer, Max Martin, who is kind of the pioneer.
Absolutely, he wrote I Want It That Way, so I love him.
Okay, good. I was like, again, with the you're like keeping me on the edge of my seat this whole time.
You can't see my face. Like, my face changes completely. I'm like, Max Martin, of course, because he wrote I Want It That Way, and I love the Backstreet Boys. Yeah, no, I totally get you.
Yeah. So he's kind of the mastermind behind the quiet sound that I love. Still, with 17, I feel like you got songs like Boom Boom, Nice Very Nice, Pretty You. There's lots of synths, lots of guitar sound, and I feel like the percussion is like very treble heavy, a little more reverb, so it's like a longer sound, and it just like there's more to take in, and it kind of overwhelms me a little bit. Like I don't like listening to those actually. And I mean, they're very popular, so maybe I'm just alone there. But
not alone.
Well, good. That's good. But yeah, I think this song works especially well because it tries a little harder to be a little quieter than kind of what we're used to from 17. And it's still got plenty of sound. It's very summery, very upbeat. But you've got things like that piano where it kind of has its own solo moment. There's a lot of like vocal emphasis. That's kind of Max Martin's MO, is like a lot of emphasis on the vocals and just a little bit of backdrop.
Because you were mentioning, Rodri, how, this is a very vocal heavy song. It's very melody and vocal driven.
Definitely.
The songs, the more EDM songs that 17 came out with before, they weren't, very vocal heavy. They were more about, the backing track, more of a noise kind of sound.
Which I think you were saying in one of our episodes is like not your favorite, right? Which I tend to agree with you there. I like their song Thank You, which I think is the one you were talking about. And then what's that other one? I Don't Want to Cry. I wasn't a huge fan of that either.
울고 싶지 않아.
울고 싶지 않아. It's my favorite.
Yeah, but I'm sorry.
I understand. I definitely understand what you guys are saying.
Okay, cool.
I would say probably for me, like, I don't normally go down that direction, but I do like that. I liked that song particularly. But I agree with what you're saying. I probably agree a little bit more with Thank You because I feel like it was so EDM heavy that it, like, everything else was completely lost.
Yeah. And I mean, the words that they do sing have a lot of meaning. And, something that Matt said when he had mentioned that this was one of his top twos for the year so far was the fact that even though, there's not a lot of words and there's not a lot of melody in the song, you don't mind it because, of the emotion behind the instrumental, and especially when you pair it with the choreography. But for me, not really knowing much about the choreography, obviously Matt, he danced it and performed it, so he has a really good understanding of it when he's listening to the song. If I can't connect it to the choreography, there's nothing for me to just kind of grab onto. It's just like, thank you, and then a lot of noise, and then thank you. Sort of like what you said before with Blackpink, where it was like Blackpink, Blackpink.
I need more than that.
If you can't connect it to the performance, you don't really have something when it's just the audio by itself. And so that's why
that makes sense.
I'm really happy that 17 has kind of moved away from that, Chainsmoker kind of style, because then we got songs like Clap, and then we got songs like this that have such great themes and melodies and are just really complex and beautiful.
Well, I know it hasn't been brought up yet, so I'm going to bring it up, but did anyone hear that damn bridge?
Oh, I definitely heard that damn bridge.
Build that damn bridge, because that damn bridge was great.
I call that the take me to church moment. Because it's happened actually a lot in K-pop songs. The first one that comes to mind is in J-Hope's song Mama, where they're just...
Which is just...
Yeah, where you're just grooving and you're clapping and you're just like, yes.
Such a good song.
And it kind of builds and builds, and it's complemented so well by what they're doing in the choreography at the time.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of where... That bridge is the one section where I can understand why Woozi mentions this as kind of like urban soul.
Yeah, what was his words exactly? I can't remember.
Swinging rhythm and urban soul. Those were the four key words that he used to describe the song.
I could see a swinging rhythm. I could see soul-ish. But I don't know if I would put any of those words together for this song.
I really like tell. I better tell somebody. You're all mine. 밝은 넌주 저 끝까지 닿을 만큼 더 이 나는 네가 없으면
Yeah, I mean, I did it's funny, I did recently with K-Pop Unmuted, me and Stephen Knight, who are both really like jazz,
Steven.
did this episode about jazz in K-pop. And, I mean, this is just not a song I would have put into the swing category.
No. I think
If you want like a swinging rhythm, urban soul kind of song, you're looking for like "Thank You" by Boyz II Men.
Oh,
Have
yes.
either of you ever heard that?
yeah, that's my first concert. Boys to Men. I think in K-pop this would be like, I understand what they're saying with this bridge, because that is like almost doing a cappella, but not really.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I
It's very
understand
much
what he's
choir.
thinking. It's choir. That's what I would call it.
It is.
Yeah. It's Take Me to Church. Yeah.
Yeah, and I can't say he's wrong,
But it's not right.
Yeah, and it's probably just a very loose translation. Like the Korean words for swinging rhythm with urban soul
Probably makes more sense.
probably refers to this kind of music, whereas for us, those words refer to a completely different kind of music. So it's probably just something lost in translation.
But he
Well,
did
and
say
I
that in
think-
English, though. Those were the 4 English words that he mentioned, so I don't know.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
Really?
That's why I got it
Ooh.
from, because it was like, I was watching the interview and it's all in Korean, but I got those words.
Yeah.
I know those words.
Oh, well.
Yeah, I think what we can say though is that what the bridge kind of taught us, what the bridge reminded me is when I re-listened to the rest of the song, that this song is focused on the vocals, and I think the vocals are fantastic.
Yeah.
I think one of the huge parts of this is their line distribution is amazing. Everybody gets something to say. Obviously, their 2 lead singers have the most to do, but I feel like the even smaller groups can't do it as well as 17 does here. You know, and there's 13 of them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
I had saw that you had mentioned how good the line distribution in this song was, and I went back and to YouTube again, and there's a channel called Hexagon that does this kind of, that keeps track of sort of like who
I watch those all the time.
like how many seconds did this
I
person
always
get
just
in the
skip
song?
to the end because I was like, I need to know.
Yeah, and I'm happy to report that the 8, who is like kind of one of the persons that gets like the least amount of time, has like boosted from like 1.3% of a song to a 4.5, which I think is some great
an
growth
upgrade.
there.
It's awesome. And you know what? It's because he had a song with June last year, and it was amazing. And their duo song, I think, proved that he really is, like, he's grown immensely.
Yes.
Going back to talking about finding things on YouTube, I actually love to watch DKTV. I think that's how you say it.
DKTV.
I like to watch them because when they do their reactions, they'll also like talk about the Korean.
Yeah.
And so I love when they say the Oshana, which is the main part of it. Apparently that very simple phrase means I don't know what to do because I like you so much. And they described it as the sound you make when you see a cute dog and you want to pet it so bad, so you're like, oh! And that's what that word means. And I thought that is proof of how unabashed direct cuteness of the lyrics is reflected in the concept as well. Because if that's what this song is about, that it matches up perfectly, because that is so cute, and the directness of how cute that is a direct link to how simple and cute the concept is also. So I thought that was a really cool thing.
That does make a lot of sense.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I think we're ready. It's about that time, y'all. Time to give our final scores. For the concept, 1 being lowest, 5 being highest. How would you rate it? I guess we're starting with concept, right? Michaela, how would you rate this?
I have to give this a 3.
What?
Yeah, no, it's beautiful. They all look beautiful. But for me, there's not too much that I haven't seen before. You know, obviously a lot of the things that were surprising me were from the choreography. So when it comes to just the concept, I have to give it a 3.
Okay.
Well, I guess I can respect that. I think I would go as high as a 3.7.
Oh.
I do really like this. I mean, it's obviously there's not a ton going on, so I mean, I can't go too far, but I did really like the visuals were all great. The choreo and everything matched up really well. It's just very simple and cute and whatever, and I liked it. I think they did a really good job here. They didn't overplay anything.
Yeah, I'm actually not a huge fan of like aegyo ones typically.
Oh, really?
I'm not my favorite if you've heard from me in the past. Yeah. But I think they nailed it. I'm not going to go as far as 4, but I think that they nailed it.
Heavens no.
No, because it's still aegyo. But I also just think that like I've seen better from them even in this category. I think Very Nice was better at the aegyo in this. What's important to me is there was an interesting story and they focused so much on the choreo that I feel like I enjoy watching it. I will still probably watch the performances more, 100%. So I'm going to kind of cut the difference and say 3.5 here because I think that I always kind of look at it like, am I going to watch the performance video more or am I going to watch the video more? I'm going to probably watch the performance videos more.
Definitely.
I'm going to very rarely watch the music video for 17 over the performance video. There's like a few music videos that I'm obsessed with, but their performances are always way better. I want to hear your audio score, Rodri. I think this is going to be very interesting.
Yeah.
So for audio,
what say you?
I think I would go to 3.
Oh,
I mean, there's obvious all the stuff I said I loved, I do love, but especially when they're comparing it to their stuff from 3 years ago, they have never topped their debut album. Okay.
Oh, okay.
So until they do, how can I just like go all out?
Okay.
Until they do 3.
Exactly.
Okay.
What about you, Ariana?
So if I'm gonna say "Don't Want to Cry" as a 5 for me.
Oh, okay.
Ooh,
Which
wow.
I respect that.
Definitely
I respect
5 for me. I will say, for me, this is probably like a 4.2.
Ooh.
I had this stuck in my head the minute after I finished the video. I watched it again, stuck in my head the rest of the day. Rarely has left my head other than to have Shoot Me run in or occasional like You Mean Me Ray will run in occasionally. Yes. But I, for the most part, am 100% stuck on this song. I loved the album.
Their album is good. This one's a good one.
This is my thing. A lot of people are trying to do the rush towards the US, and so they're starting to like copy, I'm not gonna say copy BTS, but they're starting to move towards the like, let's go a little bit Western. This is K-pop. This is undeniable, bubblegum, beautiful K-pop. And it's done in a form that I love. And I don't like aegyo, but I think 17, they cross that boundary. They never go too far over for me. And I think that's why I like this so much. Like, it is just up into that limit. They're so talented and the choreography is so good. But the audio is what really separates it for me because their audio is insanely good. They're doing something unique and different than everybody else. So I wouldn't say this is, I compared it to Shine earlier. Shine's a better song, for sure.
Wow.
But I love this song, you know, and I'm not going to say it's my favorite 17, but it's definitely up there. Michaela, it's your turn. What do you think about the audio?
I mean, you mentioned how, you know, this is definitely K-pop. This is that K-pop sound. And for me, I definitely agree with that because of all of the amazing, just like beautiful texture that's going on. It's like I said, when I compared it to the I Spy song, and the difference between that and this song by 17 is the fact that there's much more to it. You know, K-pop is very complex and beautiful. But, you know, I love this song, but I still have to give it a 3. I don't know. Maybe after I edit this episode and listen to it like 10,000 more times, it'll be more of a higher score, but
it's always how it is. When I give something a low score, it's later that I'm like, I was wrong.
I did that with Got 7 earlier this year, too. I was like, it is barely Daebak. And then I was like, okay, I now love that song. You know, I get it.
Yeah.
I think we really just need to now decide if we feel this song is Daebak or not. I'm going to say Daebak for me, obviously.
I also think it is Daebak.
I also think it's Daebak, so we are all...
Oh, look at us.
Aw, I feel so good about that. Awesome. I wasn't sure when this song came out, I was like, I'm going to be the only one that likes this.
No.
Thank you, everybody, for listening. Be sure to join us for our weekly K-pop Twitter chats on Tuesdays at 12 PT using the hashtag K-pop chat, and they're led by Supermatic. And I know from experience that these are super fun, so do not miss it. Do not miss it.
Do not miss it. This week, we chatted about 17 and Mamamoo's new comeback, Egotistic.
Twitter user Danny2Eyes says, not usually a Mamamoo fan, but I can't resist these Latin-inspired songs. And the girls look incredible, as always. 17 are just a pure joy to listen to. I think Mamamoo are bringing the sexy, and 17 the cute, so I'm happy.
So true.
That's very true.
And in discussing the upcoming comebacks, everyone is excited for...
We had Standing BTS podcast.
Good friends of the podcast.
So they said, first of all, how do they have time? When could they have possibly completed this album? Big Hit are marketing geniuses, which, I don't disagree with. Mm-hmm. They have had this plan from the beginning, for sure.
I don't know. It's been literally 3 months. From the day it came out to the day it's going to be coming out. It's like 3 months and 2 weeks, I think. Maybe a week. That's insane.
I remember when people were starting to say on Twitter, like, oh my god, guys, the tour is coming, like, and you know what that means. They have to release the rest. And I was like, they can't do it.
Well, then they were like, it's a repackage. Now it's 7 songs and a repack. What? I don't understand.
They're just too talented.
Yeah, too talented.
These guys, I guess, it comes with the territory when the people in the group are the ones making the music.
Makes a huge difference.
You got more music.
Unfortunately, I didn't get tickets to that tour, but I will be so happy to walk myself over to Target and buy this album.
Yep, I get it.
So, guys, don't forget to rate, review, subscribe, and tell your friends.
Signing off, let our listeners know where they can find you online, and in the history of Amazing 17 choreography, what has been your favorite? Michaela?
Okay, it has to be Pretty You. Like, whenever I see 17 performing this song, it's like I'm watching a musical, like a little mini musical on stage. The choreography is so dynamic, and it's just so much going on, and it's all beautiful. Pretty You is definitely what I would show people if I want to introduce them to 17, because it really showcases the quality of performance that this group has. And you can reach me at Michaela J K-pop on Twitter. Rodri, what about you?
I don't know if this counts, and I also am probably pronouncing this wrong, but Lili Yabai is probably my favorite. You can reach me at Rodri, just my name twice. So easy, except for my name is not easy. It's RHODRI. So RHODRI on Twitter.
And as for me, you can reach me on Twitter at Ariana_Y_Khan, as in Genghis Khan. This is going to be surprising because you're not going to expect this, but actually my favorite choreography is Very Nice. It was the first time that I saw them, and I was like, oh my god, They move together as one group.
Yes.
And I absolutely refused to learn who they were or what they did because I heard there were 13 people. And then when I saw this, I was like, okay, Kelvin's my boyfriend. I was like, you're going to need to start quizzing me on who every member is. And I finally got all of them down. So,
oh, wow.
That was the one that did it. So it's still going to be my favorite all the time.
Nice. I'm so happy you said that. That was going to be my second pick.
Great. And don't forget to tell us your answer by tweeting us at the Kpopcast on Twitter.
What did I do? I didn't hurt myself and I was loving you.